Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is, man. But basically, man, first and foremost, man, shout out to everybody that really be supporting the channel, that been here since day one, and those who came on a lot later. For the people that don't know me, I'm Neil the Zai1. You might ask where that name came from. For the people that are comic book buffs, you know about General Zod and what was his mission. Depending on which comic version you read, you know you get a different generalization of General Zod himself. But that's besides the point, man. You know, I'm figuring there's gonna be a couple of people like, oh, that's that nerd shit, and I'll be a nerd. At the end of the day, I'll be a nerd. I'll be a square. I'll be whatever you want me to be. You know, online. You know what I mean? As far as like with your verbals, everything else is you know, is I don't entertain it. Now, with that being said, man, you know what? I made the video about American Cholo because I just wanted to point out the fact that he did, regardless of whether our Vargas get along or whatever, he did confront No Jumper. He went on there, he said what he had to say, and he pretty much was letting it be known that, hey, you know, there could be consequence for people's action. And for anybody that really know what's up in Los Angeles and the surrounding counties, and that's San Diego, that's IE, that's 805, that's, you know, a lot of spots, Orange County, you know, that don't really deal with that, you know, that effery that's going on the internet, as far as people slandering people for no reason and not really having nothing generally behind it to base it on. Like, you know, when it comes to that whole video with American Cholo, I understood, like, it was chopped and screwed, whatever, but it was still said the way it was said. But I'm not here to, you know, judge that. It's not my problem. That's between him and whoever. Now we got this new thing in the news, and it's the whole thing with Swifty Blue. Now, understand, I made Swifty Blue at Baldacci and China Max video, and for the most part, when I met him, dude was like really cool. He's docile, not really he didn't exude that type of energy like he was just with the turn up 24/7. You know, he had a cap on, you know, some joggers and some fucking, you know, some type of walking shoes. So, you know, he didn't give me that whole, you know, like now when I see him like with the whole tattoos and just super turned up, when I met him, he didn't give me that energy. Now, not to say he wasn't one of them individuals that could be turned up, but when I met him initially, he didn't give me that type of energy. But I don't know the man outside of that video shoot. Now, the whole thing I'm speaking on is the fact, you know, he had made a comment along the lines, like, and not even along the line, but he was just straight out about the fact that he didn't want to deal, that he wouldn't be signing to no black labels. Now, that's he's entitled to his opinion on that. What made it people want to jump on him and criticize was the fact that he didn't say I, he said we. And somebody had pointed that out on my Instagram. If he would have just said I, people really wouldn't have had no issue with it. But at the same time, they still would have had an issue off the simple fact that, you know, when you seen him in prior videos, not even a week prior to that, he was with Kodak Black, and he had his rag tied up on his head like he was Tupac, had his grill in, and he was just big, you know, ganging. And if you didn't see his picture, you would think it was another black dude. Now, I'm not here to jump on that either. You know, every man is entitled to his own stilo. But the reason I had made the video on IG was just to point out the fact that if you do shit like that, is as far as, you know, you act black on one end, but then you wanna you know, make statements like that, like, oh, well, we would never sign to no black labels, and I'm not putting no blacks in charge of me. And like I said, to each is his own. You know, you're entitled to do what you want. But when they say we, as if you know, that's the end or be all end or whatever way you want to say it. Like, I'm gonna be brutally honest, when it comes to this whole double S stuff and on social media and the internet and the rap game, not one person is the face of the double S. That's so far above our pay grade that it's not even a good thing to even say it. Like, I remember when I was popping and my channel was like going up, a lot of people are like, oh, the face of the double S, and as much as I would love that, I hated it at the same time, because I know it brought unnecessary attention to me, because to say that I'm the face of the double S would downplay everybody else that have put in work for the cause, or still putting in work for the cause, and those who are still in solid standing. Now, you know, you're always gonna have, you know, PCs and trash that want to say whatever they say, and then, you know, there's a couple of gullible cats that will listen to them, which is kind of hard to understand, because it's like you're listening to a motherfucker that wasn't strong enough to stand on his own, like, you know what I mean? But that's besides the point. I'm not gonna even go into that, because I addressed the trash before and will not address them again. Now, the whole thing with Swifty Blue is, and I just want to put this out here, it's no issue with Zod and Swifty Blue. I know people are trying to seek that, but it's not. For one, dude is a youngster, you know what I mean? Like, dude is a youngster. I'm an old head. I see things a certain way, and at one time, dude saw it a different way, but now he's starting to, you know, use the prison politics and see it in that way, which made no sense, because I don't think dude has ever been to prison. But, you know, like I said, going to prison doesn't make you solid. But if you speak on prison politics and you've never been to prison, for one, there's certain things you can't say, and for the things that you can say, if you ain't never been there, it's no use of speaking on them, because you haven't been in a situation to where that's really right there. And also to assume that you can speak on behalf of the double S is different. Now, you know, in the past, I've heard things about Swifty Blue as far as like when he was dealing with Savage Studio, but then it came out that he didn't know Savage Studio was a 2-5, which, you know, you give him the benefit of the doubt. But even though everybody and their mama knew about Savage Studio at that time, but, you know, that's nor here nor there. It's like you got to give the homie the benefit of the doubt, just like unless you got definitive proof that dude knew that he was trash, and he still decided to want to link with him. Now, you know, a lot of people ask me to jump on this and jump on the whole American Cholo thing, as far as like, but I'm not stupid enough to do that, as far as like when it comes to the whole Mexicanos being you know, upset at that Ay Caramba video. I said it was a win in a sense and a loss in another, because Ben, all this other stuff has came about due to the fact that people got Tiger to take down his music. But like I said in a prior video, dude was smart, just for the simple fact that he gained a lot more taking it down than he did if he would have kept it up and been defiant, listening to people that were irrelevant. Like, even that, you had Mexicanos on both sides of the thing, that one wasn't offended by it at all and said that, you know, this Latinx generation need to, you know, develop a tougher skin like Mexicanos in the past. But now it's like all of them are soft and want to cry by absolutely everything. And then you got the ones that on the other side that were like, oh, you guys are not really Mexicanos because you're allowing this fool to disrespect your people. And then you had the third ones, the ones that never really like the gangsters or like anybody that associate with gangsters, but they were crying about it and then putting their 2 cents in and saying that, you know, wait till the gangsters get a hold of you and blah blah blah. You know, I see a lot of that too. Like, people want to speak on prison in a negative way, because it is negative, but then when you need something from prison, as far as like that mentality of get it cracking, people tend to change their way of thinking miraculously, because now they feel like they need that energy, that help, that want to press a point because they're in their emotions. Now, I didn't get too deep into that to give my point of view on certain things, because I'm just not that slow, you know what I mean? As soon as you do and you're not Mexicano, you're gonna get crucified. They did it to American Cholo. He spoke on there like, you're not even Mexicano, and these are the ones that felt like dudes were being a little bit too sensitive about that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, the videos I try to avoid, like, I'll be straight out about things if I don't agree with it, but like with that one, I didn't care. It was nor here nor there, because it was a video. It didn't offend me. I'm not Mexicano, you know what I mean? But for the people that offended, you know, they had the right to speak there, you know, but they're Mexicano, so they had that right to speak. Now, when it comes down to, at the end of the day, man, my advice is Swifty Blue, because I think that this did a lot more harm than it did good. If you're gonna be you know, collabing with Kodak Black and other black individuals, but have that negative you know, that it was crazy, because it was like it was frustration, and when you said it, like as if it was just real venom. But then I didn't understand, because in the other sense, you still sag, you still say the N-word, you still try to link with blacks, but you don't want to be signed to a black label. The smartest thing just to be like, look, dude, I won't sign to a black label, instead of saying we, because there's a lot of Mexicanos out there that you cannot speak for, that will. And I don't even know if Swifty Blue is actually Mexicano, whatever, it doesn't, no here nor there, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the whole reason I chose to speak about it, because I did make a video about it on IG, and I didn't want you know, the young homie or whatever to feel as if, you know, old heads are trying to get on him. But it's just, you have to make it make sense. That's like me, you know, repping Mexicanos the way I do, but I don't want nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? It's like me rapping, but a Mexicano want to sign me, you know what I mean, which they not, because I'm old already. But it's like a Mexicano trying to sign me to a label, and everything, the numbers add up, but I'm like, nah, because you're Mexican, but I'm from a Mexican gang. You know what I mean? Swifty Blue is from a Mexican gang, but he acts and he talks black, and his whole stilo is on that level. You know what I mean? So it's, I won't say plagiarism, but it's like how they say, emulation. That he emulates their whole stilo, but yet says, you know, do the politics I don't want to deal, you know. But you know, it's just, you got to make it make sense. And I knew, and I tried to put the video out because I wanted people to understand, like, look, as soon as he did it, all types of people jumped on, and you have blacks attacking you, people that been waiting to attack you, gonna be on you. And I would just, you know, trying to let people know, like, hey, you know, as far as him, that don't contradict yourself, don't make yourself look stupid, because in the moment you're not aware of what you're saying. And and for the most part, I'm hoping it was just one of those not slip of the tongue, but he just didn't think it through, and then since he was already saying it, he just let it rip, because anything else would be contradiction, and now that's why people are on him the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my allergies. And that's why people are on him the way they are. I think he should do like Tiger did, give an apology and let people know that you weren't meaning it like that. You just say you were more secure with your people, you know, running your shit, you know what I mean? Like, instead of saying like those blacks are, you know what I mean? Because people are gonna take it negative, especially if you sound black and rap black, and you know, and people are gonna say something about that. But you'll notice there's a lot of homies that don't say the N-word, and they're not acting black. They don't sag, they don't do nothing, and they're still in the industry getting their money. Maybe not like everybody else, but there's still some in the industry trying to get their money. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, those, if they said, oh, I'm not signing to no blacks, it would be understandable, because they still do rap that's considered not black. You know what I mean? It's their own stilo. But if you sound and rap and act black, but then you turn around and be like, oh, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? It's just, it's hypocrisy in that, and it looks bad, and that's why people on them the way they are. Hopefully everybody get off Swifts and let him explain himself, and hopefully what he said wasn't meant the way he said it, because if it was meant that way, then, you know, hey, you know, you deserve everything that comes your way, you know what I mean? Because it don't make no sense, you know what I mean? With that being said, I'm your boy Zai. You enjoy the rest of your night, and I'm about to go eat and then take my ass to work for these two, whatever. Right now, I'm your boy Zai, Swifty Blue, man. Come on, you know what I mean? We could do better, big dog. You already know. Double S.